Okay, we're back home for our last game. Big game for us with the seniors being senior day. We got 20-plus seniors that will play their last home game. You'll talk to two of them here in just a minute, RJ Harvey and Kobe Hudson. That's meant so much to our program, and really that's been our focus. We're playing Utah, a team in the same boat we are, same record. You look at them and time of possession, they're one of the best teams in college football in time possession. Third down defense, I think they're second in the country. They play really good defense. They hold on to the football, and we're going to have to do a good job on special teams. They're really good on special teams too. But really, it's as simple as trying to win this game for our seniors and put those guys out on a positive note. Questions?
RJ Harvey certainly will go down as one of the best players in UCF history. You coached some good running backs in your career. What is it about RJ Harvey that makes him special, and how appreciative are you of him for his contributions?
Yeah, first of all, he's a true blessing to coach. He's extremely talented, but he is an extremely hard worker. Every day he brings his A game to the practice field. He's a great example for not just our players, but everyone. We talk about using our influence a positive way, and he's a prime example of that. He's the type of guy you root for. He's going to have a big-time successful career at the next level, and like I said, just hoping like crazy we can send him out on a positive note. He really deserves that.
Gus, after the aftermath of the West Virginia game, what has been the feeling in the locker room? What is your message to the players? I mean, you mentioned it's for the seniors, but what has been the message with one game left, and what do you give to the future?
Yeah, we had our team meeting. We came back, and we just had all the seniors stand up in the team room, and it's our last rodeo. We need to do everything we can to send these guys out on a positive note. Really, that was the message. We watched our corrections briefly. We're on a short week, and then we turned the page to Utah. We had a solid practice today. It was a base down, practice, but really it's as simple as that.
You talk about turning the page. Obviously, this season didn't go how you want. How do you use this game as a springboard into next year?
Well, I think the big thing is kind of goes back to what I just said, about making sure our seniors go out first. I mean that's really our number one focus, and then everything else. Obviously off season with everything that goes on, but we really want to win this game for those guys.
After the game, you said you saw some good things from Dylan Risk. What are some things you'd like to see him grow and develop and do this week?
I think for 3 games, I think we got to be really fair to him. I mean, he came in and gave our offense more balance. We look completely different than we did the games before. He's, in fairness to him, he's still a freshman. He's still learning, but it's extremely important to him. He's the type that if he makes a mistake, he usually doesn't make the same mistake twice, and he'll get nothing but better.
Gus, you guys had huge expectations coming in this year, the expanded playoff. How hard is this week now, knowing that you're not even bowl eligible anymore, to keep the guys focused on everything?
Yeah, well, you're exactly right. Of course, each week we've hit on that about the disappointment and all that. But I mean, this is, third time I said it, but it's really just simply trying to finish for those guys. I mean, that's really where we're at in this season. And our guys understand that. Our coaches understand that. Our players understand that. I know it's going to be really important, for our guys to, even the seniors to go out on a high note.
And on that note, you mentioned Kobe Hudson's another guy we're going to talk to here in a second. He followed you from Auburn.
Yeah.
What's kind of stood out to you about him and getting to know him over the course of the last handful of years?
Yeah. Kobe is family. We've been together a long time and had our ups and downs, but he's a winner. He's a winner, and I've been so blessed to coach him. We've got a real special connection, and he'll play at the next level too. He'll be very successful, and he'll be a great dad and great husband and all that, and so real proud of him.
Coach, like you mentioned before, you want to go out there and give the guys, the seniors, one last win. Is there anything that you want to prove for yourself going out there and trying to win this last game?
Really, just send our guys out. I mean, really, I know I've said that 5 times, but that's really, it ain't about me, man. It's about these guys. And we need everybody in our program needs to desperately do everything they can to help those guys go out on a positive note.
Kind of on that point, does does playing on a Friday night, a holiday weekend Friday night, does it be, you obviously didn't want it to be your last game, but does that make this feel bigger, make this feel?
Yeah, I mean, we're on national TV on a Friday night. I mean, it's a platform for our players, in our program to play well.
You talked about getting them one last win. RJ obviously tied the record for total touchdowns in program history. Is getting him over that record a goal of yours?
100%.
Excuse me, I was writing it down. Gus, when you look at the team as a whole, you talked about some of the other seniors that are going forward. What would you like this group to be remembered for this year?
Oh gosh, the body of work. I mean, the two guys that you're fixing to talk to. I mean, they've meant the world to our program. Been with us the whole time I've been here, and we've had some good things happen, and the way they've handled themselves and represented our program, and I couldn't be more proud of.
I know every program is different with what they're going through, but as you said in your opening statement, Utah is pretty much in the same predicament you are. That was a program predicted to win the Big 12.
Right.
UCF was thought to be a team that could possibly compete at the top, and both teams right now are struggling at the bottom. What do you think it is? Because we're seeing that more and more. You look at the Big 12 standings. I mean, they're pretty much reversed from what people thought it was going to be. Is it portal? Like, why do you think it is sometimes where teams that are expected to do well end up struggling?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different reasons, but there's a lot of parity in our conference. There's a lot of good teams. There's no bad teams. I'll say that. It's not like other conferences where you have lower 10. You got to bring it every week, and they went through the number of quarterbacks the same way we have. I think that's probably a good place to start, which, that wasn't the plan to begin with, I'm sure, for them or us. And so I know that has something to do with it.
Without the benefit of extra practices that come with a bowl game, what might be the plans for Friday for working in some of the younger guys, giving them some more play?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to honestly do everything we can to win the game. I mean, it'd be nice to play young guys and all that. And I think you even saw, last week there's quite a few more younger guys that are playing specifically on special teams. We're getting to a point where we're a little banged up, and we've lost some people, and some other guys got some opportunities to step in and, to do their things. But more on special teams than anything else.
Yeah, after the game, when does the evaluation process begin about sort of the roster and the staff therefore?
Yeah, it'll be after the game. Yeah, we're going to focus on everything we can for this game. All right, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
All right, Kobe, you just heard Coach talk about you. He's known you a long time, just kind of tearing up when he's talking about that relationship, said you're going to be, great man, great father. Just what does it mean to you knowing that your time with Gus is coming to an end and knowing you're playing your final college game on Friday?
It's a blessing. I'm so thankful for Coach. Like, he put a lot into me. Like, my parents trusted him since I went to Auburn, just trusting him with my career. So I just thank Coach. Like, I just thank God for Coach. Coach has been a blessing, and he just every day he never cheated me. He expected nothing but my best every time I went on the field. So it's a blessing to have a guy like that in your corner and just push you to reach your most potential.
Kobe, do you expect to be emotional Friday when you step on the field?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's my last one. Like, I've been through a lot of ups and downs in college football. Like, it ain't going as I planned, but I just thank God for all the moments, man. Like, I just find blessings in everything. Even though this season hasn't went the way we wanted it to go, it's just a blessing to be around those guys every day and just have an impact on the younger guys.
What are you really taking out of this last week of practice as a college player before you get to the NFL?
I'm just soaking it all in, man. Just taking it one day at a time. I mean, it's gonna end before I know it. So I'm just taking advantage of just being around the guys for last couple of days, just going out there to practice with them, just laughing and joking, just taking it all in and just making the most of my time, my last couple of days here.
What are you most proud of during your collegiate career?
My growth, like, as a person. Like, football teaches you a lot of things, and you go through a lot of things that not gonna go your way. Anybody can tell you, like when you come in, things not gonna go as you expect them to go. So, just a lot of lessons and a lot of lessons that God just showed me. Like, everything's not gonna be on your time, and so it's just a blessing to just come in and just adapt and just become a better man. Because football prepares you for the real world in all types of areas.
As Coach mentioned before, two of the main faces of the franchise, you and RJ. What does it mean to both of you that this is your last game, and how much you guys are going to try to get that win, that one final?
I mean, like, I'm going to go out there and fight. I mean, me and RJ only got one more game. Like, that's my brother. Like, it's a blessing to have him on the team. And, like, he means so much to the university and just the UCF people. So, like, it's it'll be a blessing just to go out there and win. I just want to go out there and fight. But you're gonna get, you're gonna get our all on Friday.
Fans have kind of shared a lot of opinions about Gus, knowing him as well as you do. Why do you think he's the right person to continue leading this program?
Yeah, I mean, people gonna say what they want to say, because he's the leader of it all. But it's a lot of things that go on behind closed doors that, like, he can't go out there and play for us. So he can call the plays, but at the end of the day, it comes down to us making the plays and executing. So we just got to be better as players, and we all got to be better as one, like coaches, players, everybody. So we just all got to come together. But Gus is a great guy. So everything you see the media saying, they just their opinion of him on the outside. They don't really be in between the walls and notice how much the game means to him and how much he want to win.
Kobe, back on media day, everybody was excited that UCF had a shot at going to the college football playoff with it being expanded. Now that you're not even going to a bowl game, how do you keep the younger guys, obviously they want to win for the seniors, but how do you keep the younger guys focused on trying to win this last game?
Like I said, like, God has different plans for everybody. Like, of course you're going to go in. Everybody prays to win every game, but God has different plans. So I just tell the younger guys, like, even though this season's not going how you want it to go, you just got to take some good out of everything. Like, we ain't winning, so what? Like, we ain't won like how we wanted to win. Just take some good out of it. We still come out here to get better. Like, focus on your craft, get better at your craft. Like, focus on it, not just saying be selfish, but we ain't winning. We can't go to a bowl game, so enjoy the things that you can enjoy and get better on the things that you can get better on. Just focus on the positive things. Like, you can't do nothing about the last game. We lost. It's over with. Try to win the next one.
Was that kind of Gus mentioned that all the seniors kind of stood up in the meeting room. Was that sort of the message that you guys gave the younger guys as you get ready for this week?
Yeah, we just want them to go out there and fight, and if they time happens to present itself, I want them to go out there and make the best of it, because, like, I'm always a fan of a young guy doing good. So I just want them to stay encouraged and just stay positive, because, like, this last game obviously means a lot to us. So we just want them to stay positive. The guys that go out there, even if they don't get a shot, we're going to go fight for them. And I know if they get in, they'll fight for us also.
I know you guys came in obviously with high expectations. Why do you think it didn't work out this season?
I mean, everybody entitled to their own opinion. So I just feel like we had a lot to get better at, but it just wasn't God's plan. So I'm just a firm believer in Christ, and it wasn't God's plan for us to win this year. So I just thank Him for everything just thank Him for the small things and just the small blessings, just my teammates. So I'm just happy to be around those guys, win, lose, or draw. I'm happy to come here and work every day.
Kobe, how do you think your message was received when all the seniors stood up in the locker room, and how do you think the team is in the locker room right now, the mood and how the practices are for this week coming up?
I mean, obviously we got a bitter taste in our mouth because we ain't been winning like as expected. But I mean, those my brothers, and you feel me, like, we just gonna fight for each other. Like, that's all I know. I love being around those guys. I know it ain't too many mopey moods. So we out there, we having fun, we talking. It ain't like it's not death. You feel me? We all understand it. We all growing from it. We all learning things. You can look at it as a bad thing and just go around and mope about it all day, or you can just find some positive in it. So I feel like we've been finding the most positive side in it, even though it's like it hurts and it's kind of hard to just find positive. But I feel like we've been finding the positive in it, just going along and just learning and just, you feel me? It's just another step of becoming a man. You ain't gonna win them all.
As your time at UCF is coming to an end, do you have a message to prospective players about UCF?
All I can tell you is you come here, Coach Malzahn wants you to reach your full potential. Like, he gonna make you reach your full potential, and he gonna do everything in his power to make you reach your full potential. He's gonna coach you hard. If you come here, you gotta be a tough guy. You gotta be able to be in uncomfortable spots and just strain and just push through.
Kobe, what makes RJ so special, and have you learned anything from him during your time with him?
I mean, RJ taught me I don't really got to do a lot of talking, you feel what I'm saying? So RJ is a guy who just lead by example. It's just a blessing to have a guy like that who shows up every day, same mood, great guy. He's just what make him a special guy is just not what he do on the field, it's just the off the field. Like, he's the best person to hang around, you feel what I'm saying? So, like, he's a great running back. We all know that. I know he's the best running back in the country, but what makes him a great person is just like his characteristics as a man. Like, he's just a great person to be around. He just come to work every day. Don't say too much. Don't talk too much. You just get it done.
You mentioned finding the positive things throughout the season. Obviously, you went through a lot of adversity. First of all, high expectations, and then start playing 4 different quarterbacks, working with 4 different quarterbacks. How have you found your growth this season? How have you grown through this adversity?
I mean, of course, I came back this year. I had high expectations for me, myself, I set a standard high for myself all the time. But just coming in, it's just a blessing to see the 4 guys get a chance to even go out there and play. Like me, I've been fortunate enough to play all the years, but like guys who never played football got a chance to play football, and I just look at that as a blessing. And I just tried to help those guys and guide them in all the right ways as possible, and just try to make plays, even though I know they may not be comfortable in the offense. I just try to, you feel me, go above and beyond to make them look good, and just because their time coming. I mean, if God will, I go to the NFL. I just want those guys to be able to have something on their resume, and I help them. You feel what I'm saying? So it really ain't about me at that point. It's just a blessing to influence the young guys.
10, 15, 20 years from now, how do you hope UCF fans remember you?
I just hope they remember me as, you feel me, like one of the good receivers who came through here and just made an impact on the team, and I just feel like I could have left 2 years in a row, but I chose UCF, and there was a lot of places I could have went anywhere in the country 2 years in a row, but I chose UCF, and I just want them to see me as a loyal guy because I really didn't want to switch up. And it was things that may have been better. I may not know, but I just chose UCF because of my brothers and the fans, and I felt love here. So I just want them to love me the same way I love them.
Kobe, looking back at your career, what's been your favorite catch in a UCF uniform?
My favorite catch, probably the one-hander against Arizona State that I made. That's probably my favorite catch.
With 3 starts now under his belt, what are you noticing from Dylan Rizk and how he's evolving and learning on the fly here?
Dylan just getting better. He's a natural quarterback. He's a natural passer, so he's just getting better each and every game. I think he just got to grow in a lot of areas, but that just comes with opportunity, and he got to get put out there in the fight because a lot of situations he hasn't been faced with, so he's not going to know how to react to them like off the top of his head, but he's gonna get better. He's a guy who wants to win. There's no bitterness about him. He was the 4th guy at the beginning of the year. Had no chance. Really didn't think he was gonna play, like, to be honest. So it's just a blessing to see that guy get a chance and just have a big win when he came in against Arizona. And I just know Dylan will always get better because he's a guy who's eager to win and eager to get better.
Following up on Brandon, obviously UCF wears a lot of uniform. What's your favorite uniform that you've worn at UCF?
My favorite uniform, the Space Game from last year, the light blue uniforms, those are probably my favorite.
What made that your favorite?
I mean, first of all, every time we play in the Space Game, we win, so that's cool. But I just like, the light blue was different. Like, I never played in, like, I went to Auburn, we had 2 uniforms. So coming here and having a different uniform combo, it was cool to me. So I like the light blue, it was like kind of different.
Anything else for Kobe? All right, good stuff, Kobe. Appreciate it.
So how y'all doing?
RJ? I'm sure a lot of stuff's been going through your head this week, knowing that your final week of practice, going to be your final game at UCF. Just kind of looking back on your long career here, what will be your favorite memory of UCF?
I got a lot of memories. Probably just being around my teammates, hanging around them every day. Just hanging out and just being around those guys. I'm gonna miss it. Yeah.
RJ, how emotional has this week been for you? I mean, I know you're still preparing for a game, but to think about your time winding down here, what are the thoughts been going through your head over the last couple of days?
It really hit me today during practice, just knowing that this is gonna be my last Monday practice. It's been a long ride. The season hasn't gone how we thought it was gonna go, but yeah, it's been on my mind heavy, but it is what it is. Like Kobe said, God has a plan. It wasn't meant for us to win this year, so yeah.
You said that it's on your mind heavy, but it's positive, right? Positive thoughts going through your head about this experience.
Yeah, it's some positive thoughts too, of course.
Obviously, you said it's a long ride. You showed up here as a walk-on transfer from Virginia, and now your name is being chanted at basketball games. You're a national star. What has UCF, and what would you tell your younger self before transferring here about this?
My younger self probably wouldn't even believe that this was going to happen. I come here, I really didn't expect me to have this much of an impact at UCF, but it's a blessing for sure. God has done some amazing things in my life these past few years, and I'm just so thankful. And I love UCF, all the fans, all the support that I've had, and love all the coaches, teammates, and I'm just so grateful.
10, 15 years from now, what do you hope UCF fans are saying about you?
That I'm a legend, that I'm the best running back to come through here. But yeah, that's basically it.
RJ, you, an Orlando guy, Edgewater High School. This place means something special to you. You guys, everybody on the team wants to win this game against Utah, but how do you get the younger guys that to keep them focused? Because you guys aren't going to a bowl game. This is the last game. How do you keep them focused on the task at hand?
Just motivating them, keep going to practice. This last week of practice, going to practice, working hard each and every day, leading by example. Just telling them just to keep grinding, for the ones that haven't played yet, telling that their time is coming and that just don't get too much in their head and just to get rid of the outside noise and just lock in on their personal goals and what they want to accomplish throughout their football careers and just try to be successful.
You tied Kevin Smith's touchdown record on Saturday, and Gus said he's 100% going to try to get you the record this coming Friday. What would that mean to you to have the most touchdowns in school history?
Yeah, it'll mean a lot for me. I know my family, they really want me to break it. I just want to win the game. That's it.
Speaking, you wanted to prove, and you being a legend at UCF, you probably had plenty of opportunities to go to another program or go to another place. Why stick here, and what does UCF mean to you?
Yeah, I had a lot of opportunities to leave, but, I'm from Orlando, born and raised, and, my family, they're from here. My older sister, she went here, graduated from here. And UCF is just a special place for me and my family. Like I said, I've been through a lot, coming off of knee injury and just working hard, trying to earn my spot back, and earn it back in 2023, and just taking off with it. It's just been a special ride for me.
This being the last game of the season, last game of your college career, how important is this game to you? What does this game feel, maybe bigger than it might have otherwise felt because it's the last one? And how do you kind of convey that, intensity or that urgency to the rest of the team?
Right now it just feels like another game for me. I'm gonna go out there and do my thing. I know I'm gonna do my thing, and I'm gonna just go out there and give my all. Try to help my team win this football game.
You just kind of talked about how you had to overcome injuries earlier in your time here. Just kind of, could you imagine back then, as you're struggling with rehab? I knew you were determined to come back, but did you ever envision the sort of career that you were going to have when you're going through all those rehab sessions?
No, not really. I didn't. But God is amazing. He really had a big impact in my life. It's truly a blessing for me.
I got to ask, what's been your favorite run in your UCF career?
Two of them probably from 2022. The game winner against Cincy and the Memphis game. That touchdown that I had, that was special.
RJ, when you look back at everything, you talked about the plays, the yards you were running. How much of this will also be about the special relationships you made with coaches and players on the teams over the last 3 or 4 years? How much of that will kind of stick with you as you move on from UCF?
It'll stick with me for my entire life, really. I won't forget about any of these guys or any of the coaches. I'll still keep in contact with everybody. I can't believe I've been in college for a while, but I can't believe it. It feels like I just got to college yesterday, but it's coming to an end. So, yeah.
Sticking to that, you've talked about Cam Martin being like an older brother to you. Obviously, this is the last week you're going to get to practice under him.
Mm-hmm.
What's been his message to you as this is coming to a close?
Yeah, just I'm gonna go down as a UCF legend. That he's extremely proud of me, and that I'm one of the best. Well, I am the best running back that he's coached, and I'm just so thankful for Coach Cam. He was here when Coach Harris was my running back coach. He was the GA, and that's how we bonded together. And we kept in contact when he went to Incarnate Ward. So, yeah, me and Coach Cam, we got a special relationship. You know, he going to be with me when I go to the Senior Bowl, and he'll be there when I'm at the Combine and stuff like that. So, you know, we're always going to keep in contact. I'm just so blessed to have him as my running back coach.
Kind of on that note, I'm sorry. Just you talked about the Senior Bowl and the Combine. I know you're focused on this game coming up, but just how excited are you to showcase what you can do for that next level?
Yeah, I'm extremely excited. You know, just to show the scouts what I can do. You know, they probably, losing. Really, I feel like it hurts the draft stock, even though I'm having the year that I'm having. So just to go out there and I just want to be the best running back out there at the Senior Bowl and just show the scouts that I'm capable of doing anything that all these other running backs can do.
Expectations so high for this season. The team was 3-0. How did it end up where it is now?
I don't know. Yeah, it's been tough. I don't know.
To go off of that, going back to the record, and going into the season, was that record in your mind? Was that one of the goals that you had going? And at one point, did you realize this is attainable? This is I'm gonna go for it.
The touchdown record.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wasn't thinking about it at all. I was just going out there playing football. You know, I just so happened to score a lot of touchdowns this year. So I'm just blessed to have done that.
I asked Kobe about this a couple minutes ago. Fans have kind of made their opinions pretty, vocal about Gus. Mm-hmm. What would you say as far as him as the leader of this program, and do you feel as though he's the guy that should continue to take UCF forward?
Yeah, I love Coach Gus. He's meant a lot to me. You know, he's given me a chance to show off my talents here at UCF, and he's a great human being, and I'm just so thankful to have him as my head coach.
What would be the perfect way to end your UCF career on Friday?
Winning the football game and scoring a lot of touchdowns.
You guys all set? Perfect. Thanks so much.
Thank you, RJ.